Hey, welcome back to the shop, everybody. David Johnson from Superior Lapidary and Dirt Cleaner Videos. I've got two little issues in my shop going on right now with the equipment that I run, and I'll probably get to one of them today. The other one we'll get to another day. We'll see which one I want to attack first. First one, my 18-inch HP, still good quality saw, is giving me a little bit of grief. The only problem is it's binding up and cutting slow through not that tough of rock. So I think I've got to sharpen the blade on this one. I'm hoping that's it. Let's flip it on for a second. I don't know if you can tell it's struggling. Yeah, you see, it didn't even go. I've never had that happen before. Okay. So I think the blade really needs to be peened out a little bit sharper than it is right now. So I'm going to work on that a little bit later. We're going to turn around and I'm going to look at the today's project. I'll show you. Well, here's today's project. I've got through most of the cuts on that sphere preform you can see in the jig. I'm having a problem with my pulleys and the arbor on my 30-inch Covington. And I'll show you where I'm at right now and what I thought I was going to do and what I am going to do. I was going to replace the arbor and the pulley for the second time in the life of this saw, simply because, well, it wore out. On this arbor, and I'll get a close-up in a little bit, or maybe a photograph, the keyway is wore out, and there's a little bit of wear on the shaft, not too bad. But I'm just unable to keep the big drive pulley for that blade going. The inside of this is wore out. It's much larger than it's supposed to be, so the blade wobbles on there. And it didn't seem to matter how hard I would tighten the single set screw, it just wouldn't work. So I've got a new arbor. I want this thing running true and straight and quiet, but I want to finish that stone I've got in there first, because I've got to get that indexer out of the way so I can reach in and get the blade off to change the arbor. So there's a several step process, and if I was on my feet, probably won't be such a big deal, but I'm doing things kind of in a handicap fashion because I can't stand up anymore, and that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to put this wheel back on. I'm going to get her snug down as tight as I can, and it should be okay, so I can finish the stone that's in there. Yeah, I got to do that. So follow along. Alright, it feels pretty good right now, and this doesn't seem to wiggle at all, but really that's not the solution, because this pulley is wore, the shaft where the key goes is wore, and I want this thing right. But I got to get this stone out of here. So we're going to put her back together. It's pretty tight. There's a chance that could be part of the problem, is the tension on this belt might be too high. I talked to the Covington people and they said it doesn't have to be real tight. To me it seems tight. My tip of the day, get some little cheap magnets, put them on your saw. All the tools that you might use. Here I've got these on my other side. I've got a screwdriver, another wrench, the big dividers or calipers, whatever you want to call them. Boom, there they are. Back in business. I hope. Now the tough part about this, I'd like to run it and have the blade open and all that, but I can't because the oil come out. So I've got my wrenches for taking the blade off. I only need one of these. Somehow I got two, but when you line them up, they're different widths apart. They're a little bit different. So I go to take the blade off, I'll use one or the other, whichever fits best. Shut the lid. Here we go. Okay, well that didn't work for crap. There, loose as can be. I don't know why, it just cannot, will not stay on there. Alright, well I finished getting that one all rounded up. As good as I'm going to take it anyway, so I'm going to take that off the jig, then I can move the jig out of the way so I can get at the blade. Let's see how this one turned out. One little lift under there. Just something to hold it while I release the tension on here. All right, there it is. One rose quartz, kind of a preform. I've got a lot of hand grinding to do on it, but I got it about as good as I can on the machine. So the next step, gotta take the jig off. I hate doing that because then I have to reset it, but I have to in this case. I've just got to make some room so I can work. Oil in some of the tubes and let it drain out before I take it out. So I'm just going to let this sit here for the next couple of days. And piece of metal from a bearing. So the bearing is also failing on me here too. There are a couple of little O-rings that came out earlier. So yeah, this shaft is in real trouble. Reaching in here and trying to figure this out is going to be, well, maybe not impossible. I don't know. Yeah. This off. It's in my way. Limits my access to the bolts, I think. Now the top half of this has a spring on it. And a washer. And another nut. How big that is. Let's see if I can show you. There's the bolt in the way, and there's the Arbor bolt down here. That bolt is bent. That's a big part of the problem of the hinge. That's actually double bolted, or double nutted on there. That is the fourth nut taken off that bolt. And you can maybe see it's got a little bend in it, but it's not critical. Still works. So there are 4 bolts that hold on this Arbor. I can't really take the blade off. I can't reach in there. It's too cumbersome. I'm hoping I can just bring this forward to a spot where I can reach it. And there's another bolt that goes through here, but I can't see even what it's holding. Alright, there's bolt number 1 of 4. Bolt number 2, washer number 1. Bolt and washer number 4. Bolt and washer number 4. This should be loose. I think I gotta take this other piece out. I can't. There's the 4th washer. I can't see what's in here. Okay, 1 nut came out of there. It's got to come out. Try the wiggle method. Okay. Bolt and washer. Correct. Gotta find a way to get this on here. Folks, you can see my dilemma. I can't see squat. wrenches. Let's try this one. I had it, but I couldn't reef on it. Alright, I'm putting a screwdriver in the blade. Come on, help. I don't want to drop this thing, it's not magnetic. I should have a tether on the damn thing. I can only put so much pressure down. Try a different position of the blade and my arm. Monkey. I don't know, folks, I may punt and have to call for help. If I sit here and think long enough, maybe I'll come up with a solution. Yeah, that happened. I'm screwed. Oh, I'm not done yet, don't worry. We're gonna figure it out. Got my lost item retrieval tool here. That's back. That's fun to work with now. Alright, I'll give you a quick recap of the last couple of minutes. I got frustrated, couldn't get this done. I hate to do it, that's one of the last things I ever do, is call for help. I have had a lot of people come and help me throughout the last couple of years. God bless them, there's some awesome people out there. I try to ask for as little as possible. But I went and talked to my neighbor Larry, and he doesn't want to be on video, but I just want to give a shout out to Larry for coming over. You put the spanner wrench on there and you gave it a couple of whacks and the blade loosened up, or the blade nut, so I'm back in business. I'm going to get this cleaned up, get the arbor on, and maybe I can even get the blade on by myself because I don't have to tighten it up that tight, and it's actually easier than loosening in this case. So I'm going to go back to the saw and get back to work and do what I do best. Okay, there, the arbor's out. It literally is that simple. So what I'm left with is just a minor mess, I think just a couple of shop rags, and I'll get this cleaned up. There is one piece up here. Let's see if this comes out. They do have one gasket, so I got to take care of that. And that was up here. What I'll probably do is a little house cleaning in here too. Do some scraping. One of these is broken off over time. That explains the weird piece of what I thought was a stone, but I thought I had a stone tucked up in there, but there was a piece of that. So that crumbled over some time ago. Damn. So this thing is junk. The bearing's coming apart, the shaft is ruined, the block is bad, so it's a good thing I'm changing this out. Clean this gasket off just a little bit. We don't want any bits or pieces on there. Alright, and again the keys are taped on there. I'm just going to leave them on. Slide this back, get the gasket in place. Nothing gets tightened down until all 6 bolts are in. And this one does have the this little guard on here, so you got to make sure that goes on. Alright, we're going to stop there. Now we're going to start putting in the vertical bolts. I did so much work putting this crooked bolt in, I'm going to take it out.
I guess I wish you all the best.
Okay, don't get these too tight. This is just cast something, maybe cast aluminum. You don't want to be breaking things off when they're brand new. So I think we get them so they're to the edge and then just a hair more.
I wish you the best.
Now hopefully I can get these spun in. And this one, actually this one won't with a screwdriver because the groove is mushed out. Okay, well we made some progress. I believe I got the shaft in place. One thing I've got to do is clean the gook off the blade. Alright, I got a Phillips screwdriver. Go down a couple. Go up a couple. So close. Alright. Blades on. Okay, then here's the nut. See, one side is machined flat, the other side's got a dish in it. I'm going to put the dish towards the blade. There we go. That might do. like I got one tooth that actually sticks out a little bit. Yeah, right here. Alright, looks good. Blade's tight, Arbor's tight, end is tight. This might be okay, I don't know. I gotta put pulleys on and give her a test. Alright, the tape is off. The little bolt here is not standing proud at all, so it should go on. I want that as far in as possible. That's direct drive right from the motor to here. I'm gonna eyeball it and get it straight. Could go in just a little bit. Right there. It feels pretty good. How's that for fun? All right, are you ready? See what this sounds like. Sounds way better than before. All right, a little cleanup. I'll have to get a rock in there. So there you have it. There's a real world fix on a Covington 30-inch lapidary saw. It's a slab saw. It went well enough. I did have to ask for a couple minutes worth of help. I'm disappointed about that, but I think we're in good shape now. Covington, they're really good service. Give them a call. You know, maybe check through their website, but please call their number and talk to the people. They know what they're talking about. They gave me a few hints, and I think I actually swapped the belts on here, and I don't have as much tension. I have a little longer belt now, maybe an inch longer, on the drive, on the main drive off the motor, and that might help me quite a bit. They explained if you've got too much tension on there, you know, you're just going to destroy that shaft. Something's going to happen. So make sure it's not too tight. That's my lesson of the day. And do maintenance on your tools, check fittings, make sure things are tight when they need to be, and hopefully you don't have to go through this. But if you do, this is literally a 30-minute job, you know, start to finish once you got the parts. It's not hard. For me, it's difficult. I'm sitting down, I can't see, I can't reach, can't blah, blah, blah. You know, sob story. So, as usual, if you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. Even a dirty thumbs up would be fine. I don't care. Subscribe if you like. I don't have a ton of content going on, so you're not going to get bombarded all the time. But every now and then something interesting comes up and I do a little video. Ask a question or leave a comment. I'll be glad to get back to you as quick as I can. And yeah, and above all, if you have a Covington saw or a Covington equipment of any sort, they help me out with something else, call them. Look at their website. Not the best website, I gotta say. They have some things on there and you can look at some of their equipment and whatnot, but you call them and you're gonna be able to talk to somebody who knows the equipment inside and out. They got some real professionals there. And you're a couple minutes on the phone, is way better than an email or searching or going through YouTube. They're going to answer questions with the correct answers. So that's what I got to say about that. Anyway, enjoy, and we'll see you here on Dirt Cleaner Videos. Superior Lapidary. Bye-bye.